Welcome back to Destabilizing Disabilities Podcast. We have been on a hiatus for a year. Let's not talk about it. Wifey hubby. I'm the trophy wife. You can be the trophy husband. Our channel is no longer called Destabilizing Disability. That is but a small detail. So we're just going to keep going with it, okay? And we are here today to, one, celebrate our accomplishments. We want to celebrate you watching us for a year because we've been here for a year. Can you believe that? It's actually been like a year and a half now. So I'm doing a really good job on my schedule of when we're supposed to be filming things. Today of all days is one of the most important days that you're here because my husband just said that I look significantly different without makeup on and with makeup on. And in case you can't tell, today I have makeup on. And what do you think? Do you think that I look significant? Do you still know who I am? I would like to ask you, sir, how different do I look? Do you still identify as married to me?
Yeah, it's
like,
not.
Do I still look like? Are you like that's my wife? Are you like?
Yeah, because technically, I met you like more like this with makeup on and stuff.
That's right. Yeah.
And most of the time, I feel like while we were dating, you also wore makeup. I feel like there was, if you didn't wear makeup, it was very seldom. It was very seldom occasions that you like chose not to or something, or just didn't get to, or whatever the case might be. So I would say the majority of your non-makeup time, which I feel like is mostly me encouraged. Like I encouraged you essentially. Or I guess discouraged you from wearing it.
You were like, you would come. We got married, and I would put on makeup to go out, and he would just come up and wipe my face, which he didn't know. He didn't know that that's a no-no. Like, I spent so much effort in just wiping it. You're just going to smear it everywhere. It's going to look worse and look like a joker. And I'm like, what are you doing? I just put effort putting it on. Why are you taking it off? And he's like, I didn't like that.
I was just trying to help you match your personality.
I know.
No,
he said that he didn't want to kiss me with I had lipstick on because then he was wearing lipstick. That was one of the big problems. And you know what? Fair enough. Because I was wearing lipstick. Like if I wore a lip stain, it probably wouldn't get off on you, and I used to wear a lot of lip stains. But also PDA.
Wow. I think
we are going out. We don't need to kiss. No one needs to. We have shirts that say wifey and hubby. I have a ring. That's enough. You have a ring? Show the people. Show the people the ring.
It's not on right
You're
now.
not wearing the ring?
No.
Well,
it's too big.
I guess
it's too big, unfortunately. So a lot of the times it falls off my finger, and I'm like scared I'm gonna lose it in the sink because usually that's where it comes off, especially because it's so big. It like slides off.
Your hands?
Yeah, and I wash my
slippery,
hands
man.
like not even several. I wash my hands so many times in a day, and so I'm literally my ring is like flying off every single time. So I'm like, okay, gonna have to get like a smaller ring.
Did you see that? I feel like you would hate those rubber rings, but I feel like they would fall off less. Maybe?
I've thought about those. I don't know. Maybe I might be okay with it. I mean, especially for that reason, because I still like the ones that I have from you. Like, because you got me two. Well, actually, you've gotten me
rings.
Yeah, you've gotten me 3. The initial wedding band.
Did one break or something?
Yeah. When I was still working, it like I hit something apparently. Although I don't technically know it was in that occasion, but I hit it, and then I noticed it was like cracked through, and I was like, "How in the world?" And I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be tungsten, so I don't know. It just must have gotten.
He had a physical job. He worked at the airport, and he worked in like baggage and throwing things and emptying out the planes,
throwing things,
the plane's potty area, things like that. So it was a lot of like.
Yeah.
That's manual labor, right? Like physical.
I feel like the funny thing is I think I hit like a grate or something, like when I was putting a bag away in the airplane. It was something like that, and then I looked at the ring and I was like, "Oh, what the world?" Anyways, and then you got me the one after that. That one actually both in like its durability and stuff, as well as it hasn't broken or anything like that, but even its color, because it was just like a silver color tungsten one. It almost looks
brand new
still. I think it has like a little nick in it or something.
The first one I got you was black, right?
Yeah. I think that's partially why, because it almost looks like a rusty silverish color now. because like you said, it used to be straight up black with like a blue ring in the middle or something.
Yeah.
And then the one you got me after that, similar-ish, it has the blue ring in the middle, but it was like more of like a shiny silvery color that's basically stayed the whole time. And it also felt a lot thicker. Honestly, it felt a lot heftier.
I got them both from Groupon, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And then you got me that cool, very detailed wolf one. There's like,
I got you a wolf one?
It's like a little scene almost going on where it's like cool. It's like a very Alaskan-y, maybe, I don't know. It's like a very Alaskan-y theme look, if I'm correct. And it's like gold, like it looks gold. It's
I don't
not like
think
gold,
that was me.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure I didn't buy. Well,
I thought you did, because then
I'll take the credit. Do you love me more if it was me?
I'd love you anyways, but you know.
But do you love me more?
I appreciate it. That's what I will say. I appreciate the effort.
You're not answering,
especially because it was a very like cool. Like I don't think I've ever had a ring like that where it's like literally it's almost like there's a scene going on and then there's like a wolf. Like a gold-colored wolf engraved in the middle or something. Is crazy.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
It's definitely something I'd see and be like, I should buy that for him, you know? Because he really likes anything with wolves on them.
Yeah.
So, when I see a wolf, I'm like, I should buy it for him.
Oh
For him.
But back to this makeup thing, because I was going to say something about that. I think my thing...
I'm beautiful.
You are beautiful. I think my thing back then was... which it still is. It's not like it's, changed, but you haven't had, that hasn't really been as much of a thing because you just organically don't wear as much makeup as you did back then.
Yeah.
But my thing was kind of like more natural. Like I want to appreciate,
my natural beauty.
Your natural beauty without the makeup, because that's, makeup is makeup. Like I know, women appreciate the makeup and so do men. It's not that men don't appreciate the makeup.
Sure.
But what I'm saying is I feel like in the end it means more to women than it does to men. Maybe that's a little off to say. I would agree. Yeah.
I mean, I can't really speak for all women and men, but I feel like it.
Yeah.
Like I'm appreciating women's makeup, and I feel like you as a man half the time didn't know whether I was wearing makeup or not until you touched my face and you were like, hey.
Cake? I'm just kidding.
The thing is, too, is that I don't think I wear a ton of makeup. Like, I feel like I look just like me. Like, I'm not doing, like, cut creases. And I do like to wear eyeliner with a wing every once in a while. I don't do a good one, but I love it. Every one that I do. They're imperfect and they're beautiful. Yeah. Anyways, my cute little wings and eyeliners. But other than that, I feel like my lips... I don't know. Like, I don't do, like, I'm not doing, like... 3 overlining my lips and doing the things. I'm not doing like crazy contouring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not
some of the advanced.
I'm not going out.
Some of the advanced techniques.
I could be an advanced technique makeupper, but
yeah,
I choose not to be.
Right. No,
kidding.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Back to enjoying and just being. I'm proud. I'm proud of us for doing something for a year and a half, like YouTube, and here we are on YouTube talking to you. It's been great. Hi. But we're also on like TikTok and Instagram and what's the other one?
Facebook.
Oh, we are on Facebook, Pinterest. Like we post on all these places. We're going to stop posting on Facebook though, because the amount of scams I just want nothing to do with all the scam and the AI scams. I can't, I want to be far away from it. And so I'm done. I'm done with the Facebook. I don't think I've deleted it yet, but
yeah.
If I haven't, leave me an X emoji down to remind me, like, delete the scams from your life. Thank you. I do want to delete the scams from my life. I'm just not enjoying them. Like some scams, fun. That one, not fun. Not a fun scam. None of the ones that I've encountered on Facebook. And the AI over there, crazy. Anyways, back to what I was saying. We're on all these platforms. And we're just hanging out and chilling and filming and posting all sorts of things and having... Are you having fun? Here's the real question. Let me interview you. Are you having fun being an Instagram hubby?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm sure I'm not always the most entertaining, but I try to be.
Oh, well, you're entertaining to me.
Thanks. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, that's what I thought. it's been a year and a half on YouTube, and so us working together. But also, it's been a couple years now that you've been my caregiver, so you have spent an unmentionable amount of time just with me. And I know that it's probably your one and only wish. You're welcome. But tell me how it truly feels to be with me 24/7 for over a year now, and how much you love me more and more. And, well, but really though, like working together and spending so much time with me, and just how do you not go insane? Please give us all the tips and tricks.
Well, for one thing, I mean, this is just, biased self-judgment going on, so feel free to correct, whether this is the case or not. But I feel like I do try to be cognizant, understanding of where we're at, where, things are in life for us, what we're doing, what we're working towards, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so I feel like I try to let that be the foremost thing, first of all, is to keep that, in mind first above all else. And then on top of that, I also try to see you and see what you're going through, what you're doing, and still able to do despite what you're going through, et cetera, et cetera. And so it really helps. It really helps me, honestly, just be more appreciative of you and also more inspired. I admire you. I appreciate you because of those things. Because those are hard things to go through. I mean, I don't have half the things that you have to deal with. So there were small health things that kind of took a slight turn with me. And so, and then, they weren't super crazy or anything like that, I guess. At the time, it did seem kind of, because, it required some changes on my part to counter that, essentially, that I wasn't used to, that I wasn't even used to thinking of, let alone actually having to implement those changes. And then I think about it from the perspective of this is just a semi-temporary thing for me. For you, the things that you deal with and go through, they're pretty much all the time. You get very little respite from it, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And so it just really drives up my appreciation for what you go through, what you deal with, and what you still accomplish despite those things, and aspire to accomplish too. So seeing that you still have that drive and inspiration and imagination, even in some areas and whatnot, to push forward with those kinds of things, and doing this stuff, doing the channel and whatnot, it really is wow, this is pretty awesome. And so yeah, makes me thankful to have such a muse.
Wow, a muse. I'm your muse. I'll take it. I've never been a muse before. Yeah. And I've always wanted to be one. I have muses. Anyways. Yeah. This has been a huge ego boost for me. I didn't realize. Yeah. I mean, I'd hoped that I inspired you.
Now, I will say, I don't want to necessarily say there's a negative side.
We can talk about it.
I guess on the more...
This is a safe space. We can talk about the hardships.
I guess on the more negative side, I would say, it's not just completely negative. It's just more towards that direction. Okay. Is, it does kind of sometimes feel like a more sheltering life. I know... Isolated. Yeah, I can be a homebody, but I do still have a side of me that's... I don't want to say social butterfly, but I do like to do things like that, So I do feel like sometimes that's the kinds of things that would come up, maybe, that do make it more of okay,
Yeah.
But,
it would be nice to have time with more friends. I agree. I mean, that is a big goal, is to do a lot more like that socially with our friends and family and things like that. So we are working towards it, but in the meantime, you just got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't get to do it as much as we want in the way that we want either. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, because that's the thing, is ideally it's I'd like to do those things together. It's not I just want to go and just go by myself. And a lot of times, even the times that I have done that, I find that I don't enjoy it as much as if we were able to be there together and do stuff, you know. It's because in the back of my mind I'm just going like, well, I'm just here doing this and you're at home.
I know.
You know.
And it would be so much better if I was there.
Yeah.
Life
You're kidding, but you know, basically that is essentially how it goes for me.
Aww.
And then also mix in a little bit of guilt because of that too, because then it's like I just feel bad. Like, why am I here doing this?
Aww.
And so it becomes a balance, you know. You gotta, because it's like you do kind of need to have some of that to technically be balanced, and it's trying to approach it from that perspective.
Yeah, you do need friends to be balanced in life.
Yeah.
You can't just have me. I know that's what you want. Just kidding. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I'm cool being home alone 24/7. I have to make sure to push myself out and talk to people. I mean, I talk a lot, but I'm okay just sitting in silence with me, myself, and I. I like myself. We can be BFFs. We can watch TV together and eat movies in Chipotle and eat movies.
Wow.
I'm glad I
didn't
caught
know
it.
We could eat movies.
We can. It's new. It's 2025, honey. We can do a lot of things.
Well, we are consumers.
We are consumers of movies and Chipotle. Anyways, and a lot of Chinese food lately. Anyways, I don't need to, be in a room full of people or anything like that. So I am quite content and happy. But I do agree that it is important for you to have a balance of both and to be with people. And we were just talking about that this week, about how we don't want to lose our social skills. You want to build your social skills always and forever. And, being able to read a room, being able to read a person, being able to communicate, being able to be a good listener, and all of those things. And it's hard to do when you're just hanging out by yourself in Netflix. Yeah. So it is important, I think.
Yeah. Get used to different dynamics. Being able, I guess, to kind of just become part of that dynamic too, because obviously we have our dynamic, but our dynamic isn't necessarily the same as others. And so it's kind of goes along with what you're saying, like honing your different person, being able to be around different people and observe and, interact, it's all different. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, I think. I don't really know. But thank you for sharing. I'm happy that we've been able to at least be able to talk and communicate with each other and with you. That's been really nice. So Thank you. Thanks for being here. What has been some of your favorite things about being YouTubers this last year?
I feel like I kind of have liked being able to do some of the editing, getting better at that, I think.
Oh my goodness, your shorts. I was just telling this, like, especially recently, like, you make a short and I'm like, that's editor short quality. Like, that's a short.
Yeah.
I think I can't do it. I can't do it as good as you. I tried and I was like, oh, Robbie.
Oh my goodness. I feel like granted, I'm trying to be appreciative, accepting of the progress that I have made on those things. I do kind of wish, well, I don't even know if I would say kind of, I do wish that I was a bit further along than I presently am. Like, that's great that the shorts are going that direction. I'd ideally like to be able to have that kind of result, though, at an even faster pace, which, again, even that has gotten better, like my actual pace, not just the quality, like how it's turning out and stuff, but like even, it's gotten better in both aspects. But I feel like I would like to see a little bit more, because I do feel like you're still faster at those things.
I'm messier, though. I don't do as well. I'm perfection, but takes longer, and then I'm really fast, but I'm making mistakes, people.
Yeah. So ideally, if I can kind of get to her level of speed or faster, if I could get to at least her level of speed, but yet still output the kind of quality that, seems to be fitting your bill, then that would be the ideal thing. And then too, with the long form, because I feel like I still struggle-ish with that. I think it's just because it's, it's a lot more, obviously, like, and plus you can get kind of tired of it.
Yeah, like you're watching the same footage for a really long time.
Well,
Is that what you mean?
Kind of. It's the same footage, but it's like you have to make sure everything flows together, and it's longer. It's long form. So it's like with a short, it's like there's only but so much that you have to make sure makes sense, looks good, etc., etc. But with the long form, it's like there's longer periods that you have to make sure makes sense. That makes sense with either the very few sentences that it's being discussed in, or just for the whole video, and then also the visuals. Do you want to add visuals? What kind? What makes sense? With shorts, I feel like it's easier to grasp those things. Maybe it's because I've seen shorts. Maybe that's partially why it's like rubbed off on like what I'm kind of looking for.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't watch as much long form. I feel like I watch a lot of long form, and I feel like I talk a lot. And so when I go to make and create and film, I want to film long form. Yeah. And then editing, I feel like I connect with the long form editing better than the short form.
Yeah. The kind of long form I've watched is not usually the kind where they're like filming themselves. It's like usually some kind of like somebody's explaining something or whatever.
Oh, like teaching, not necessarily vlogs and podcast, which I'm all about the podcast. I'm all about the vlogs. Vlog.
Yeah. So that could be why. That could be partially why, I guess, maybe. And even some of the things that you've done probably have rubbed off too. So it's like easier in that sense. I'm in a weird place of trying to be happy with the progress that I've made, but also still wanting to essentially get better and better. That's the thing.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying, and I feel the complete opposite. I'm just kidding. About me, I feel like I'm so great. How do I let the world catch up? No. I'm just kidding. I feel like we both have come a really long way for doing this for the last year and a half, and all the things that we've also been dealing and contending with as far as like my health and our life changes and things like that. I feel like we're doing decent, and I feel like we're both in a place now that like we're ready for more. We're ready for bigger, badder, better. I don't know what that means, but I do. I'm just kidding. Like we're both ready to learn more and do more and film more and be more present and do all the things.
Yeah,
work on my business more. You can watch that if you want to. Do you need some water?
Mm-mm.
Do you need some coconut water?
No.
Oh, okay. Speaking of long form, short form, apparently your favorite is shorts. My favorite is longer, like podcasts and vlogs and that kind of stuff. But out of all of our content that we've made so far in the year, which I don't know if I told you, but I think I did. I don't know. I have a horrible memory. It's like a goldfish. Anyways, I privated a lot of our videos. We had like over 1,000 videos in the last year, which amazing to us. Thank you. Anyways, but I privated like a lot of them, most of them, because I'm like, we're ready for an up of quality. And for me, it is a lot of like looking and seeing how I looked when I felt really bad, or days that like I could tell, and when I'm looking at my face, I can tell I'm in a lot of pain or whatever, and it's just not my favorite thing to see. It's unnecessary. So I decided to go ahead and unlist a lot of them or private them or whatever, so they're not public on our YouTube, although I might add a little link somewhere if someone really wants to go down the rabbit hole and just see more of us. I don't know. Anyways, we're not going anywhere though, so you can see it. If you must see it, I'll put some links. Anyways, out of all that we have done, what do you have a favorite? What is your favorite?
That's a tough one, actually.
I'll answer first then.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think our short of the boyfriend haul or husband haul, that's right, we're married, hubby, I remembered, is still my favorite. And we did that like a year ago, and it went a little viral for us, and it got us a decent amount of followers on TikTok. It didn't necessarily go viral at all on YouTube. Like some people watched it and they were like, yeah, okay. But anyways, on TikTok, we still get views and likes on it till today. And it's been like a year that it's been on there. And I still watch that and I'm just like, genius. It's so funny to me. I'll like recite it in my head. Just like I don't have a phone in my hand and I'll just be sitting there like made in Italy, assembled in the USA. I say that to myself all the time. I think that is one of my favorite short form. And then as far as long form, it's usually whatever our last video is one of my favorites. I do have one where I am whispering and looking at horses in the middle of the night. It's the most random thing. It is true life, just to let you know. Like, in the middle of the night, I am probably looking at horses. I am just lit up by my iPad screen, and then I'm just whispering so that, don't wake anyone up in the house. And I'm just like, what do you think about this horse? And that is one of my favorite videos. Also, it is one of my favorite things to whisper into this mic. It's literally one of my favorite things. I could do a whole podcast at ASMR whisper style. I'm pretty sure it's the whole reason I wanted to become a YouTuber, is to get this mic and say random things into it. Okay, back to normal sound. Yeah, I think those are probably some of my two favorites. And then we have things that we have planned that are coming that I think will be fun to do and fun to watch and be some of my new favorites. But those were some of my two favorites. And they were just, I wouldn't say off the cuff, but kind of random things that we filmed. And they turned out to be, bravo. No, I was kidding. Bravo to me. No, they turned out to be just fun things. And who knew that I was so funny? Oh my goodness. I don't know. Like, growing up watching so much YouTube, and then now we have the era of all the, the TikToks, the Reels, the short form, and getting into that and watching it, I just don't look at it and go, that's me, that's where I should be, But making it, I'm like, I think I do belong here. I am having fun, and I do feel like, cool. Thanks for having me. Thanks for letting me be here. Thanks for letting me upload. And thanks for everyone else who's watching and putting funny comments for me to laugh at all day long. I don't know. Okay, did you think of yours yet?
I don't know if I have a favorite. I feel like one of the ones I liked recently-ish that we did was oh gosh, now I can't think of it. Hold on.
Do, do, do. Do 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 do.
It's one where you like put in some of our like, I didn't even think you were gonna post this, honestly, but it was like us just like talking nonsense. I feel like the one where like That's
it. I forgot about that one. So we did a video where both of us are looking at listings for horses, and we're looking at the little videos. And as we're watching this video, we're sitting there watching this video. There's like times that we're just like, Pertron, and we're just singing it. The trot to the left, the trot to the right. I still don't think I put that one out yet. So I did like a compilation of all of our like the random things that we were saying that I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah, you did like the horse galloping too. The way you did it, I was like, how in the world did you even do that? I don't know if
talented.
it was I don't know if it was because we were both doing it, and that's why it sounded the way it did. I thought it was just you though, but it was just so funny, and I look like my eyes are rolling in the back of my head while I'm doing it, like I'm going unconscious. I'm just like, and so I'm just like, wow, that's gorgeous.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, that's real attractive. Yeah,
when I'm
it's really gonna show the people what you found interesting in me.
I'm sure they know. I'm sure they know that it was your personality. No. That it's all.
It certainly couldn't have been the looks.
Oh my goodness.
His eyes were in the back of his head.
His eyes are the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen. They remind me of the moon. All white.
Must have been a new moon.
Anyway. Get it now, No, for real. This is why I really can't wear makeup, because we laugh too hard and then I cry it all off and I look like a crazy person. Anyways, visual effects makeup maybe.
Wow.
What I'm really hearing, though, from hearing our favorites is that we enjoy ourselves probably more than the people did. We're
Probably.
having a grand old time.
Apparently so.
No,
Yeah.
I really do. Which is nice. It's nice to do something that you like, to create something. Like, does it feel like a fun thing? And does it feel like it's feeding any of your inner artist, your inner creative person, to be able to like make these things and put them out and to, you know, share them with the world? Do you feel any of that kind of fulfillment?
I don't know if I necessarily feel that, but I think it's just because a lot of it, I think for the most part, like, for example, you come up with most of the concepts and ideas. I feel like you've got the like, I don't know how to say it, like the mindset, I guess, or the
mindset to go on there and pin everyone else's stuff and like it and bookmark it and be like, we should do something like that. Yeah, I agree.
kind of, or even just like what we, you know, just even if it's not related to what theirs is, even some of our other stuff that's just like maybe adjacent to what other people are doing versus like, you know, which not necessarily that we're straight up copying other people's stuff.
No, we don't believe in copying other people. I mean, we believe that people do it, but we can't. We're not good enough. We're kidding. We just don't want to. I can't read a script. Can you?
Nah.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah. So yeah, my thing is it's hard for me to be original. So
He says this all the time, and I just want you to know that it's not true. He believes it, so he's not lying, but it is not true.
It is. How am I? Name one thing that you feel like I'm original with.
Okay, first of all, I cannot tell you because we don't want to get demonetized, one. But the amount of times that we break out into song and he changes the words to something completely different. And it's like it's on another page, but it's perfect and it's great and it'll just fit whatever we're doing or whatever mood or whatever joke he wants to. And it's how do you? I can't do that. I can't even rhyme two words together.
First of all,
faux feather. Like, you know what I mean?
First of all, it's not original.
Okay,
I'm still using someone else's melody, someone else's, like, I might still use their.
There's a lot of artists out there that are gonna be like. That you're basically calling not original because it's the same tune, the same, you know, maybe it's the same bass and the same thing. Like, you know what I mean? And there's artists that take songs of music and then
that still means that I'm not being original. No, they might have been the original people that did it, but that doesn't mean that I am being original.
So, support me in this because we've been having this fight for how many years have we been married? 8. So
how am I always the one that knows more that where we're at in the relationship?
You have a brain.
It's supposed to be the woman.
The woman. This woman ain't got no woo brain. Woo woo up there.
Woo boy.
Woo boy. What?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, back to our celebrating a year and a half on YouTube. And being content creator, we're influencers now. I grew up watching YouTube, and I'm on my phone a lot watching the TikToks and the Instagrams and all the short reels. And so I'm the one who was like, hey, I think we do this with me. Okay?
You, me, now, here, video.
Right. Video. Anyways, wait, do the heart. Video? Do you know they don't do it like that anymore? That's like old. That's millennial. That's old. Just same thing that they don't do this anymore. Have you seen that?
No. And I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
It's depressing.
Oh, no, stay happy. Okay.
Don't make us feel old.
No. Do you see how many gray hairs I have? I don't need nobody but a mirror to make me feel.
Your hair looks beautiful to me.
Thank you. I like the gray hairs. I've never I dyed my hair. I lightened it once and it turned orange. I have pictures on here, unfortunately. Anyways, but other than I've never got my hair highlighted and done. And when I lightened my hair before, I did it myself, and so it turned orange. So the whole point is that now I've got some it feels like I have highlights coming in for free. And they look so much better than when I tried to DIY it myself, and I was orange. Anyways, you still loved me. I had to cut off all my hair. I burnt it. It is a mess. I mean, you do what you want, but I don't recommend it. It was a fun experience. It wasn't. It wasn't. Anyways, back to what we were talking about. Anyway, so I'm the one who was like, let's be YouTubers. And you were like, bah. Now that it's been a year and a half, are you still like, Or are you like, I'm so glad that you were like, let's do this. And are you ready to do it for another year and a half?
I definitely think it's a lot more feasible, I guess, attainable, however you want to say it.
I don't know what that means. Please explain. Is that what was making you like, what are you talking about in the first place? Were you like, how are we supposed to be doing that?
Kind of, because I guess I was just, back then, I feel like I was kind of just picturing us and going,
because of my health, or because of
several factors, honestly. That was one of them, but I also just didn't necessarily see us, at the very, very least, me, being that kind of like person that could do that for really multiple reasons. But
creativity.
Even just, for the creativity side of it, that being the entertaining side of it, etc. I don't think I'm really that entertaining.
Do you think that we're
going
entertaining
into that
now?
whole originality aspect is partially why. But even just, I'm more of a corny dad jokey type that,
and I'm cool.
Only a select audience might appreciate.
No, I'm sorry for interrupting you so much, but I'm just so eager to hear what you have to say, but with me talking on top of you.
Oh, yeah.
No, wait, so do you think we're entertaining now, though?
I think so. You're definitely entertaining. That's the thing, is you've never it's not, for you, that wasn't the problem. Like, that wasn't being the fact, because, like, I always thought you were entertaining in that way.
No, what's the problem, then?
For you, it was more the health stuff.
Oh.
So that's the part of it that I was like, is this really, what's the word I'm thinking of?
It wasn't, is the funny thing.
Sustainable. That's the word.
Sustainable. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't. Like, it was really difficult in the beginning, and we started the podcast. We started podcasting, and it was fun, but I had a really hard time physically with it. And then there were times that I was like, I was still trying to get somewhere, and that's, two steps forward, 2 steps back. That's what it feels like all the time. In my health journey, I don't know about other people, but it's just my anyway. So it was a lot of like, okay, I can't sit up for this amount of time, or if I could sit up for that, it needed to be done doing other things that was more for like necessary things, and making sure I could eat, and sitting up or whatever it was. And then we also were filming upstairs, and I don't know about you, but coming from like not being able to sit up and having to use a wheelchair and stuff, and having zero muscles after all of that, going upstairs was a real big feat for me. I can do it now. I can do it holding stuff too. Like, I've done it with ankle weights on. So I'm like a pro at the stairs now. But it was a lot harder for me to get up there, to sit for that long, and come down. My body was in a lot of pain by then. So that was not the most sustainable. So we decided to phase out by just not doing anymore for a while. And so I understand. Like, that was a realistic thing. But, like, would we have known if we didn't try? Probably. We probably could have guessed. But
that's the thing,
we did get to do quite a bit of it. And we have podcasts that are still over a year old that are getting all their views now. So I'm like, good thing we did it then. And I felt like it was so authentic of us really being in the moment, of having such our life turned around and upside down with my disability, and how everything was going, and all the complications, and what that meant for our entire life, and being able to talk about it then while it was happening. It does make me appreciative of those things, instead of like talking about it now. One, I wouldn't want to be honest, because I'm like, that's in the past. We don't need to go back there, honey. I just spit so much. I'm so sorry. And what was I saying?
You're in the past. In the past, you were there.
Oh, yeah. And I feel so disconnected from it, too. And I want to be disconnected from, like, that was me then. That's not me now. And as far as my health and where my, my baseline is and my stability
right.
is so much different. And I do want to appreciate where I'm at now and focus where I'm at now and where I'm going now than like being like, oh, let me tell you all these stories from back then. And so I'm glad that we already did that and went through that, because I do think it's important, even like as we talk about other things, like me wanting to start a business from scratch or wanting to get horses and, whatever else we talk about, and as we live our lives and things, I think it's important to know, like, that's where our ground zero is. Like, that's where our base is. And because I have a dynamic disability, we could end up there again as far as my health and having to restructure our life around it and what we do now so that we don't have to make such drastic changes. And, like as we rebuild things and rebuild things differently, that, I don't know. I just feel like it's good to have that there so that people can see that and know that. And
yeah. Well, I you touched on something too, because you had mentioned about not being essentially in the same place as you were then as you are now, like with your disabilities and whatnot. And I think that was a huge game changer right there, was when you started doing physical therapy. Because, like, for real, that I feel like that was literally or at least a game changer for where we were at. It made things a whole lot easier as far as even just the daily living, let alone, what are you doing?
Hold my hand.
The daily living, as well as even these other things that we were trying to incorporate. And then, it just was basically a matter of time in that sense of just, you being consistent with it. And it's gotten so much better for you in that way, which is great. Because, like, before, a lot of the time, a person that was walking into our situation might think you're just bedridden because of how much you were down, And so, and when you were going to the hospital and whatnot, all those things. And so, but since then, it's like, I feel like it's a drastic difference. And so it's made things so much easier on that front of things. And then even the front of, like, because one of the other things I was talking about was, having a bit more experience with the editing and stuff. That stuff for both of us, but I would argue more you than me, but no. But even for me, I feel like it's come, a pretty decent way in that amount of time. So it's like, either way, we have grown in a lot of those areas, and we've gained a lot more experience, a lot more knowledge, a lot more skill, etc.
I do think it's a skill to be able to edit, to be able to create something, to be able to create content, to be able to, like, we've learned a lot about marketing and a lot of things, you know, branding, all the things that you learn when you go down the rabbit hole of YouTube and content creation and influencers and social medias and blah, 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 blah. And then same for building a business, because I haven't talked about that as much. I just made a video on that, and so that'll maybe be out somewhere, sometime, somehow, some way. Publish. Anyways, so there is, like, we have taken all those things. We learn a lot about design because, making t-shirts and totes, and, like, we're putting design, so we're learning a lot about, like, design and color theory and, like, all of the things. What do you think? I mean, you said that you feel like it's made a big difference this last year in us growing in skill and blah, 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 and consistency, how well I have gotten at doing my physical therapy, being able to be consistent with it, and in turn being able to be consistent here. Do you feel like it has made us grow any closer doing this together, or do you feel like it is tearing us apart? Oh, I cannot tell you. Oh my goodness. Robbie does not watch the same stuff in the same amount of YouTube that I have watched. So there are so many couples. I watch vloggers. There's so many couples that do YouTube, and it supposedly destroys them. And it, they break up. Wow, that hurt. So there's so many couples that do YouTube and social media, and they end up breaking up. I feel like especially YouTube, because it's a little bit more than, TikTok. In my opinion, I guess it depends on who you are and how you do it. But there's all these, like, couples that are just destroyed by it. So are we a couple what do you think? Do you think we're going to have to stop to save our marriage?
I mean, I don't think so. I feel like, if anything, you appreciate more that because, like, as you said, I had reservations about it. starting out, but I feel like you appreciate it more that one, I was even willing to consider / support the idea at all in whatever, fashion that was then, and then have since then been, trying to incorporate more and more of that into my personal repertoire too, to be more, to be more supportive, like, because ideally, if, as you alluded to earlier, if for some reason you went down again, that I could essentially take everything over if I needed to and still basically get stuff out. Yeah. I mean, the filming part might be a little bit meh, but ideally we would like to be ahead of the game so that it wouldn't matter if we didn't film,
Yeah. Which sometimes we are ahead of the game, and then sometimes we catch up to us being ahead of the game, and then we're not ahead of the game anymore. And and I just haven't filmed more things and whatever else. So then we've got like a lapse in content, a gap in content. So whichever words you want to use, that's fine here. I felt like for the last year and a half, because it was our first year and because I was still prioritizing my health and getting a little bit more functional and stable so much, that was really the priority above, almost anything else, except you, because I love you and you're a priority. Anyways, what was I saying?
You're talking about your progression with this, doing the channel and stuff.
Oh.
And then how we'll be ahead, not ahead.
Right. So I felt like I, like, mentally and like with us talking, I didn't have the same like expectations of us being as like regular. Like I wasn't like, we need to post a video every week or we need to do a podcast every week. And I just wanted to be really flexible and just be happy with whatever we did do. And also know that whatever we were doing was us learning for the future, for now, hopefully, but also for the future and anything else we want to do, skills that we could bring into other jobs, if we decided that we were just done with this or, whatever, and I really wanted to have that grace with myself, honey, because my life was hard enough. I didn't need extra pressure and stress on it because I wanted to be a whole YouTuber when I could barely stand and eat and, stand and go upstairs and sit and, hold the phone. I couldn't, that was in the very beginning. Like I couldn't hold a glass of water to drink or, food and hold the phone to film myself or, to hold the phone and then, get it in the right place, and that I couldn't make like such specific movements like that either. So to be able to do anything I was happy with, and I didn't have as many expectations and things. Now I do. Now I'm like, we're filming a video every week.
Yeah.
We're filming 3 videos a week.
To help put it into a little bit more perspective too, that was when we were utilizing a more, or at least somewhat more comfortable setting. Like you were sitting on a couch, which should have in theory been more comfortable. You know where we're sitting right now? On the floor, on some cushions. That should be some perspective right there of how far you've come in that time.
Because I can hold I'm using my own core to hold myself up, and I couldn't do that before. And I put these pillows here. We have like floor pillows, so I put the pillows here and I have extra cushion on top of them, and then we have some pillow behind you, and I basically
right here. No, I'm just kidding.
No. And then we've got this whole setup, and I've got lights and things so that, because it's late and we're in a basement, so the lighting, we have to have lights for everything that we do. And I brought the camera in here because I basically I did a lot of work. And I'm still sitting and fine, and I'm not in hordes of pain. I'm not going to be crying after this or during. I mean, I might, but only from laughing, and not from pain. And that's wonderful, because crying from pain, 10 out of 10 don't recommend. So 0 out of 10?
I think it's more like a -0. I don't know.
Negative.
That doesn't make sense. -0.
-0.
-10. There we go.
Right. I guess what I'm really trying to get at is, what is the best part of being married to me and working with me and also caregiving for me?
Well, that would be that I get to be around you.
Thank you. In case you guys can't tell, words of affirmation is one of my love languages. And apparently I want to feel loved right now. Yeah. I think it's fun to work together. It is kind of my eternal dream was to like get married, to be a trophy wife, and then to be a YouTuber. I didn't realize how much of a dream it was until one of my friends said they wanted to make a YouTube, and I was like, I want to do that. So I did. To work together, to hang out together. It's fun. Is it everything that I thought it would be and more? Is my dream really being fulfilled? I think it would be better if we had matching shirts. I mean, our shirts are pretty matching, but let me talk to you next year, okay? Because we're going to do a wardrobe and a background and not be on the floor in front of a window, although I like it. I'm having fun. I love it. I'll watch this. I've watched podcasts and vlogs like this. Let me tell you, plenty of them. Anyways, when we've got the wardrobe and when we've got the background that I'm dreaming of, then you're going to go, dude, we see the vision. And then here's some nitty gritty. Here's the dark secrets. Do we ever fight about what we should be filming, when we should be, about being YouTubers, about who's the boss? And then who wins usually?
I don't think we necessarily fight about what we're going to film. We'll have like little like disagreements.
Yeah, but you learned. No, I'm just kidding.
Because sometimes I start going down like what I think it could look like, essentially.
Oh, like the process though. Like maybe I'm trying to do too much with myself and like setting up the cameras and stuff. That happens.
Oh.
And he's like, let me help you. Let me move this. Why are you moving something that's heavy, or why are you trying to do something when I'm here and I can do it? That's sometimes a thing. And then, it's hot. It's the summer and I can't. I cannot. So, anything and everything. I'm just like, give me a minute, okay? We need to all sit down and be quiet for a second. Because I just need to sit here and be like, ah!
That's part of it, I guess. I was actually more talking about like literally when we're making some of the content. Because that was basically the question was, do we fight about like making the stuff? And sometimes we'll have like just a differing opinion on how you want to film something, like either what you're saying, talking about, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so, which granted, there have been some of those times where I feel like you actually went with what I was saying versus what you had initially thought. You just happened to think that mine was better or something. I don't know. So that was nice. Felt helpful in those moments.
You are helpful.
But yeah. It hasn't been often, let's put it that way. Or if it's just more like, something not quite related to the content itself, like maybe an outside factor.
The heat.
The heat, like you said. Or
me being in pain.
You being in pain. Or if I get a little hangry because I hadn't eaten yet, something like that.
He gets hangry, I get pain-gry.
Yeah. Or if, because sometimes we're on different schedules, because if you do get in pain or something, for example, or something along those lines, it'll set you off on a different schedule than maybe what I'm on, and so we like keep fighting to be on the same schedule. But part of that though is what I was gonna say is like I'll wake up from whatever time I'm on, and then you're like, all right, let's film. Like you're like ready to go, and I'm like,
because I've been up already for hours and I got everything ready and set up, and I'm like, I have ideas. This time is time isn't wasted.
Yeah, her window is closing because she's
because we're overlapping, and I was already up for my day, and I'm like, I need to film something quick because I'm about to fall asleep.
Yeah, exactly. And so that means that I gotta like get some coffee and be quick and try to wake up to the world and be like, video.
Hello.
But
no, we never fight about anything ever, and that's that. This girl's a liar. Now that we're professional YouTubers, we've made it. We made it past a year. So what is some viral YouTube advice that you have to give? And it doesn't have to be about going viral, just the advice is viral. We have gone down the rabbit holes of all of the advice and all of the mentors and all of the things that people say to do and not to do. What is some advice that you think is top tier? Definitely listen to it.
I would definitely say the hooks. Make sure you got your hooks in. If you can, incorporate several. different kinds, or just really go all in on the one that you're, whatever, like if you are only going to use one, that's definitely one of the ones that I feel like has helped us. It's what you can read, what you can see, and what you can hear. I think those are 3 hooks right there. There's, yeah, sorry.
That was good. I didn't mean to. Am I cutting you off?
No.
Oh, okay. Hi. I feel like we're having like a awkward meet cute. Like should I give you my number?
Here.
Okay. Okay, and then my advice. I have so much because I love all of that stuff, but the being consistent and not getting too wrapped up in like numbers, especially nowadays, not getting wrapped up in like how many followers or subscribers you have, because just because you have 1,000 or 1,000,000 subscribers doesn't mean that your videos will get 1,000,000 views. And views is kind of more important. And then depending on what your goals are, then views might not, it could be the kind of views that you got, that you are getting, of like, you want views of people that are gonna comment and gonna engage, or maybe you're a business or have something to sell or talk about, so you want views, you want people who are watching who are also going to buy, or maybe you're teaching something, so then you want views of people who are really there to learn and who say that they are getting a lot of value and that you're a really good teacher, blah 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 blah. But all of those things also take time to get views. So even if you have something going viral, sometimes it doesn't go viral overnight. Always, a lot of times it goes viral and it like might take a couple months to get to 100,000 or whatever, but it's still going. And then, like I mentioned this earlier, we have a podcast that we did over a year ago that didn't have like any views and now has over 5,000. Like last month or something started getting views like crazy. I mean, compared to all of our other things, and right now we don't even have 500 subscribers on YouTube. I think we have 300, but when we made it, we had maybe 10. So that's like, it takes time, but even though you have stuff out there and it's not getting views today, it might get views later and a year from now and things like that. And we have seen that be true of us for sure. Like we have at least one short that has over a couple million. We have another TikTok that has 300,000. We have videos that are more than double, triple, quadruple our actual subscribers, and then we have videos too that even though we have 300 subscribers, get 2 views or something like that. So it's all just whatever, and maybe it'll get views later, maybe it'll never get views, and if not, we can post it again because no one saw it in the first place, and maybe they'll see it again and be like, oh, we just didn't see it. That happens a lot too. So I think being able to really get in front of these videos and TikToks and bloggers and interviews that have all of these people that have done the things that you want to do. Like for me, it's being a YouTuber and getting on TikTok and getting into shorts and then starting a business and doing print on demand and making branding, like all of that kind of stuff. I was able to basically have mentors and learn from these people who have done all of these things and have so much information and advice and tips and value to give, and that I could also tell Robbie about because this is our dream. This isn't just my dream, this is our dream. Now, anyways, being able to have access to all of those things is something that I already think is amazing, and that a lot of people in generations past couldn't do because they didn't have the internet and they didn't have interviews on YouTube with these big people doing these big things and these creative minds and all of these things.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool. So I love being able to do that, and being able to do that and learn those things from those people allows us to have a better mindset of like, oh, we don't need to flip out or be scared or whatever if we don't get any views. And we also know what to do. If we don't get any views, we can repost it, we can re-edit it, we can do all sorts of things. And we know all of that because we've taken a lot of advice, and then we're able to try it out and be like, does this advice work for us? Do we like this advice? Blah, 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 blah. Has there been any advice that you absolutely are like, this is not for me, this is not for us, I hate this advice, and or thought it was bad advice to begin with, or advice that didn't apply? I guess either one. Advice that doesn't apply or just bad advice that no one should take, apparently. Have you had any advice like that about being a content creator, about being a YouTuber?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of advice that's outdated. Like, all of this stuff moves pretty quick, to be honest, and things change. Algorithms change, Instagram didn't have reels, now it does. All of these things change. Rules and laws change as this becomes a job, and they have to protect kids and protect content creation and originality and things like that. So as things change, maybe some advice is outdated. Yeah. So, like, bad advice, I can't really think of anything at the moment. So same. I guess that was a bad question for me to ask. What are you looking forward to the most about being YouTuber and podcast, shorts, whatever, vlogging, anything, everything in the next couple of months?
I'm looking forward to, one, like I said earlier, getting better, but also for us to get finally monetized.
That's right. We're not monetized by ads on YouTube or anywhere. I think we could be on TikTok, but we're under a business account instead of a personal account. And so it's not the same. We're not monetized. We probably could have gotten paid for that viral short or that viral TikTok. Yeah, my bad. I still haven't changed it either. I put it to business for reasons in the beginning, and now I can't remember if those reasons still apply or not. Anyways, that is exciting one day. I am most excited about vlogging and doing the podcast. I really missed my long form, and in case you haven't been able to tell, we were just focusing on shorts because it was a lot more sustainable. It was within my wheelhouse, okay? It was a great place for us to like bring up our editing skills a notch and our planning skills and our content creation, and being able to balance that with my, continued physical therapy and things that I do, and with my caregiving and with life in general. So I feel like we're at a really decent place now, getting better and better at being able to balance it all and do more. Which I really want, and to be able to do more like of the podcast, vlog, more long form, more YouTube like this, because that's where my heart lies at the moment, and that's what I grew up watching and what I love the most. I did feel a little sad, I feel a little sad within my heart that that's not what we were doing, and I missed it. And so I'm really happy about that. I think that's what I'm most excited about. When you were like, I think we're ready to do this again, I was like, now? Where's my phone? Where's my spatula? Anyways, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you later in another podcast, another vlog, because I'm not stopping. He gave me the green light. So I'll see you tomorrow. I probably won't see you tomorrow, but I'll see you soon. Say goodbye.
Bye.